If anyone's just joining for the second VOD and you're wondering, hey, I was looking for the VOD where you talk about people watching your shit and you getting your dick out in the sink, that's on the previous VOD. If you're looking for that story, you need to go back to the Quick Esports Sakura VOD. Anyone who's just come in now, it's in for VOD. What am I calling that one? It's Sakura versus Quick Esports. Easy. Uploading that one now for your panda. Oh, that reminds me. Wait, Hannah, are you still here? Paging Hannah Sophie. Paging Hannah Sophie. Cheers, mate. My dinner is ruined. Ruined or made better? Gonna have to mark it as its own chapter. Do I intend to add China and Soup Cup to the spreadsheet? Probably yes for Soup Cup, maybe for China. I need to find time to do it. Where was I going? Oh yeah, I need to post. Let me post it to the mods as well. Wait, I'll post it in the channel with Hannah Sophie and the mods, and then you guys. Can you guys discuss? You guys discuss and see what you think is best. I think ultimately though, it's I know what the answer is going to be, but you tell me if you get to the same answer. Let's see, where am I going? Admin obs here at admin at Anna. Does this mean just means NA might be cooked? All right, I'm locking it. Sorry, I'm locking back in. What's old man yapping about? Okay, so I can keep everyone in the loop. So obviously, if you just missed it, we just watched Quick Sakura, and the first round of both of these tournaments in EMEA in North America is off broadcast. So we had Hannah Sophie very kindly doing the observing for us. The problem we're gonna have is apparently nose games in North America, the off broadcast ones, are going to be happening at the same time as the last game in EMEA, which means we can't be in two places at once, as much as I love to try. So I think what we'll do is we'll watch, because the EMEA game is going to be more important, right? Because now it'll be a qualify. So we'll watch that game. And then if the EMEA game finishes early, then we'll get Hannah Sophie in lobby. And we can always sort of jump to that. Or we can jump to it between maps. So I think, yeah, prioritizing the elimination games, yeah, like Mikey says, I think is the way to go. And we'll just have the other one available. Oh yeah, for anyone asking, I think for what was I gonna say? For everyone asking about the Soup VOD, obviously, yeah, if you tuned into just for VOD, it's gonna be a bit scuffed. I'll try and get it set up with the link and everything to the main broadcast, but essentially, Soup were threatening copyright strikes because they wanted it only on Soup, and I found out, I found out through somebody else 25 minutes before the stream started, so we only had so much time to implement some kind of solution. Time to become a Soup streamer. What the fuck is Soup? It's like a Korean streaming platform, so akin to like Twitch on there. But yeah, I've not had a chance to actually talk to Soup properly yet. I eventually got through to someone, but someone from WDG, but WDG and Soup are different companies, so I need to go to someone to Soup still. So I'm trying to I'm trying to get through to the right people to try and figure out what the best course of action will be for next time. I have told him I can still hit the casters. Should I threaten to kill Jake in the channel? Will that help move things along? Well, maybe that'll help. Well, some kind of threat. Yes. Don't make me kill Jake. I'll. Good shout. This is why Soup don't like me either. Don't threaten, just do it. Thanks, Jonas. Alright. Map starting, predictions closed. Sakura have been given the slight edge here. Sakura are pretty disappointing. Kyo is off the map. Disaster start, and Gogo is sliding around. And this is not going to go anywhere. I'll keep the volume kind of quiet, because I know, like, English on English can just be a little bit abrasive to the ears. So it's going to be Orisa versus Ram. I think that even originally I thought Orisa versus Ram was a very kind of even matchup, but I think the more I've seen it, the more I talk to people, they seem to be actually the Orisa they think is just better in these situations. Ban-wise, we're working with a Tracer ban for Sakura and a Juno ban for Frosttail in all of this. Swinging back onto point right now, trying to force the objective their way. Kiwi has a Kitsune rush very soon. Proto is right there with him too. Suzu forced as Crocs tries to edge his way onto point, but now he has no form. He is going to be forced to push back. Sakura deny the flip. Javelin comes out as well. Does hit Gogo. They're all very low right now, Frosttails. They have to slow it down. Kitsune rush push from Proto. Mirror from Kiwi. Gogo is much closer to the beat. They're ready to go if they all survive. Couldn't resist. Hitori's still battling away. Hitori's gone forward, but everyone else has gone back. A split in the ranks. Won't even need that beat advantage as Frosttails flood onto point with a tank advantage. They can clean up the remainder of these kills as long as Zoro doesn't clutch it out. But yeah, it was a desperate attempt. They found a couple of trades. They're making it messy. They're making it costly. But the tank advantage just too much. Mistake there. Miscommunication from Sakura.
Sakura Esports, Hitori full committing on the Orisa. Not much choice in the matter, given the rushes pop of Frosttails.
Terra Surge Barrage coming back now for Sakura for this retake. Hitori is lurked up on the left. Wants to see if she can find anyone early. No such luck. China is going to force point while this push on the left happens. Frosttails, though, they've only got eyes for point. They seem to be backing up there, trying to finish that one. Javelin. Avoided by Kyo, I think, so will survive. Gogo has the beat. China with a double boop off the map. Oh, and this is going to be the easiest retake you could ever ask for. China goes to force point. I think we've just found our boop of the day. 4-1? Yeah, but have you heard of a slingshot theory, guys? Guys, have you heard of slingshot theory? Boop of the day for China, and all of a sudden, what was meant to just be a point force to take attention turns into 2 opening picks. Huge ult send. Oh, China again early with the barrage. Only gets 1 though. Not really the trade he was hoping for. Pac's going to start taking a bit of space now with Crocs. Beat comes through Annihilation as those beats are mirrored. Terra Surge still available for Hitori. Suzu out from Proto, but nowhere to go. They finish that kill. The rest of Sakura have flooded to point, but Zoro's going to have a hard time getting out of this one. Can't get out. Sakura will flood back to point. They still have control of the objective here, so disadvantage. Don't think they're going to invest any more ults, but we'll play for a trade. Hitori will get 1 too. They can deal with it, and they'll just get as close to 99% as they can. We're going to get a replay of this boop now, I think. Eyes on China. It's just a proper nothing boop across the map. Kiwi, I guess, has no cooldowns. Yeah, TP's... I would say TP back into that. Either way, it's a disaster. Both had movement abilities that don't get them back on the map. Or they had them on cooldown. Now Frosttail's in control of point, but they really only have a barrage to work with. Sakura have started at taking control of the outside, and now they can take the fight to point. They can use for High Noon to try and force this objective, really put the pressure on Frosttails. They've got to be careful of the barrage, though. Eyes on Pac, eyes on the sky as they use this High Noon. At the choke! They had eyes on him, they were looking for it, but it doesn't matter. Pac finds 2 as the Kitsune Rush trade comes down. Huge player advantage to Sakura. They can't invest anymore. They have to reset again. And Frosttails have forced it all the way to a final fight. A final fight in which Sakura will have ult advantage, but the touch is going to be extremely difficult. You can see Frosttails, they want to fight forward. China has even gone sim. They're just going to try and TP flip to point to Frost. Are Frosttails aware of this? Flipping, forcing the objective. Turrets all up on point. As Frosttails come in, they are going to get hit by this Terra Surge. They have the objective. Frosttails are forced to touch. They have to walk into this Terra Surge. Crocs is going to commit through. His form is about to expire. Terra Surge now gets a bit of damage. Not too much else. No kills out of it. Frosttails have stabilized. They've lost Gogo, though. They nearly have Annihilation. That's the next big ult in this fight if Croxon gets it. But Hattori lands the spear, finishes the kill onto Kiwi. Will get traded for it, but the damage is done. First round to Sakura.
And a heads-up play from China there to go with the quick sim play, recognizing that Frosttails didn't have any ultimates, had blown the entire bank. And Terra Surge, while it's not the strongest ultimate, it creates just enough opportunity to get those sim turrets on point, to cap and put the pressure on Frosttails Esports.
Yeah, it gets really awkward for the Ramatra there because the Nemesis form is like a bit of a timing there if you want to push in and get some space.
Alright, okay, I think we're set for the NA EMEA situation.
Then you get Terra Surge, you have to avoid that, and suddenly, like, it's really hard to vie for any kind of...
Yeah, good swap. Negates a lot of that forward hold, forces for fight to point, and then all of a sudden Frosttails forced to fight on Sakura's terms, aren't they? And now claim Sakura of a round. Remember, both teams lost their opening round, so this is elimination.
Isolated the point there and just prevented Frosttails from taking space. It was really powerful.
Orisa versus Ramatra again. Came down to a final fight. Oh my god, China! Frosttails cannot keep themselves on the map for love nor money. And a nice easy pick. Hattori also has made the swap onto the shield perk. Same decision she made in the previous series. And that should be the point flipping over their way. Kyo is swinging with a rail, but not a lot to shoot at. They'll wait to be back at 5 and make a take in this retake. Hattori down to half HP. That's going to invite Crocs to walk onto point. Shield up as he tries to poke her out. Javelin goes wide. Kyo will slide backwards. Needs to be careful now, Crocs. His form timing is about to expire. Shield comes down. Hattori pushing forward. Tries to juggle Crocs back in. Suzu was used in response to that. Crocs will keep trying to walk forward on his shield timing. Kyo's actually played so aggressively all over Hattori. They just won that front line. Bullied Hattori back. Gogo's going to find a follow-up kill. Player advantage, point control. Frosttails get the retake. War of attrition there. Just winning the cooldown trade in the front line. We saw Hattori pick the shield perk last time, and it was into the Symmetra, and it feels like a really reasonable swap because of how good the sim is into the Orisa spin. Without the that to worry about, I wonder if the spin is actually better, because the spin is quite good for disrupting the Ram. Means the Ram has to be more cautious when he uses his form and tries to make his aggressive moves onto backline, because he can always get spun back in if he goes too far. With the shield, actually gives Crocs a bit more freedom to play the game. China's got a big old off angle as they do a Kitsune rush push here. Has to reload, drops from Barrage, CP away, nothing for China. 1-for-1 trade only though. Hattori still trying to cross the bridge, shield up on the Mega, trying to get that health back. They get it. 3 for 3, but tank advantage. Kyo's dropped the overclock though. There goes Hattori. There goes that tank advantage. Sliding in for more, chasing it down. Nice little cleanup kills for Kyo. Kyo and Pat combine to take down Zoro. Overclock saves Frosttails from that. Advantage for Frosttails. They have beat Annihilation for this next push, but Sakura have ults to mirror this. But Kyo with another early pick. More time off the clock. Frosttails gonna force this to a last fight. Sakura have the ults. Can't afford too many more missteps. China's going to move over to start forcing a bit of space on this left-hand side. Try and poke someone out of a choke. I think all of Sakura wants to go in this left-hand side. They can take the fight on point, use overclock to start forcing the objective, and as Frosttails start use the Annihilation or the beat or anything like that, all of a sudden, Streba can use the beat to match Hattori use the Terror Surge. But Pack just finds China. They cancel the Barrage. 1-for-1 trade only. Beat comes through from Streba. Only 2-person beat. Gogo's beat does a lot more. Zoro's going to get one onto Kiwi. He's got the big flank here. Zoro's got all the space on the map now. Frosttails are trying to DP on the far side off a point, but they're going to get booped out into Kyo's line of sight. They'll take him down. Now just for Lucio. They'll get the retake. They'll force Kyo back too. They'll regain control of the choke. They kept hold of that Terror Surge as well, so Tank Ult versus Tank Ult. Annihilation. Annihilation. I think better than the Terror Surge. Eyes on Frosttail for how we're going to take the retake. Looks like we want to go through point.
Yeah, we'll see how this fight develops here, Jake, but this could be a fight. Maybe Protoss...
Kyo half HP, needs to top him back up. Kitsune rush, slightly quicker for Prota here as we go into this big ult trade. Shield is going to get taken down. Hattori has used gold as well. Low on cooldown. Hattori might have to commit the Terror Surge. And there it is. Catches Kyo with it. Kyo will fall. Croc still has the Annihilation, but chooses not to invest it. And they're going to play for an ult advantage in the final push here. Frosttails happy to take that reset. Wait, have we just lost... Have I lost for casters? Can I crank for volume? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. All right, hopefully that volume's okay for people. One final attempt here for Sakura to hold on to. They nearly have their DPS off as this Kitsune Rush trade comes in, but Kitsune Rush with the Annihilation will do a lot of work. Kitsune Rush will be traded. Hitori hits for Spear. Kiwi goes down, but Kitsune Rush is still up, though. Barrage available for trying, and drops out onto the Annihilation. So much damage. Crocs finds the kill. Crocs is low on HP. Gogo nearly has the beat. Not in time. The DPS ult from Sakura are doing it. Nice follow-up onto Kyo. Gogo has the beat in 3%, but can't use it. DPS ult's up just in time for Sakura to deal with that Annihilation. Sakura close out map 1. I can turn it down a little bit. Oh, there we go. We'll check it again at the start of the next one. But yeah, tidy finish in the end. They had that Kitsune Rush Annihilation. And ultimately, that decision to play an economic fight, a fight before, to come back with ult advantage, hadn't quite done the math correctly, because they get the Annihilation Kitsune Rush situation, but the DPS ults overpower it. Oh! Archie with the dart head roll. Oh, drop me a little @ in Discord, if you will, and I'll give you the roll, or one of the mods can. Where are you? Where are you? An official dart head. Redemption. Predictions up for the next map. Oh, wait. Panda's sorting it? All right. I'll leave it in the capable hands of Panda. Congratulations, Archie. Welcome to a pretty exclusive club. I think is there 3? Mapinlo and, oh, there we go. I see it's been added. Mapinlo and Pad Sander. The 3 biggest Dart fans in the entire universe. Kira just died first. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, maybe, because they did kill the barrage. Maybe the Suzu, if Suzu would have swung it a little bit in their favor, but then they're still pushing into an overclock. I think, even if it was more winnable, I don't think their decision to hold the ults actually put them in an easier situation necessarily. It was just a different situation. All the matches are happening today. Yes, all the matches. All of EMEA, all of North America. Is Immo unbanned? No. Simple is playing tank for him. But he's winning, so... Guess it doesn't matter. Why ban Juno when they plan to play Ramatra? I'm not sure, actually. Maybe they were just worried about... maybe they were more happy not to play the Juno themselves. I think in general, we don't see too much Juno actually coming out of Frosttail. So it was maybe more to negate some of their own deficits and try and create a more equal backline situation. All right, next map, choice for Frosttails. Gogo's a Lucio OTP pretty much, yeah. I feel like almost invariably, if you've not seen Frosttails before, the old Impero roster, it's always some version of, almost invariably actually like Kiri Lucio in as many situations as they can, really. It obviously means from the flip side of that, right, from the Sakura point of view, it's something they can target as well. Strepper's hero pool, a little bit deeper, more happy to play Brig in a lot of these situations. Why is the abbreviation FT is Frosttails Esports? Gotta get an esports in so you know where they're not some kind of a rugby team or something. Fourth place career to E relegation matches and forced on tank. Imagine, do people know, what's his name? The Ben Affleck photo where he's smoking that cigarette outside? That's simple. that's simple after playing these promotion relegation games. You know, I used to play Zen in Korea. It was only a few months ago, I swear. I think I lost. Oh, what? Man United? You mean we didn't turn back for 4-1? Are you sure? I beat Falcons playing Zen once. Let's see what the score is. Spoiler warning if you don't want football scores. Alright, we're into stoppage time. Yeah, it really seems like it might be a little bit tough to come back from this exact situation in the remaining 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Yeah, feels tough. Feels tough. Oh, thank you, B Man United for. I mean, most teams wouldn't be as brave as Man United, because most people, when they pull the slingshot back, they only want to go so far. But Man United just won't stop pulling it back, which is we're gonna see breakneck velocity when this slingshot is finally triggered. You need to be brave to be United. Yeah. I mean, we're still in the Premier League, so all to play for next season. Only Spurs. Yeah, Chris told me that when Chris told me this the other day, he was like, you know we're above Spurs in the league, right? I was like, there's no way we're above Spurs in the league. Our season's been horrendous. But apparently Spurs have done worse. So, like, you know, I guess our grass isn't that green, but it's still greener than some others, right? Oh, we've hit a father-daughter ban. All right, so Frosttails take us over to Route 66. They're going to be banning Torp. This is very much seen as an enabler to the Hazard composition. Sakura going to ban Brig on the other side, and they're going to try and play it. I presume they're not going to commit to this when they roll out. Just a cheeky 5-all from Streb. Frosttails running a classic composition. We see more Kiri, we see more Lucio. Obviously, interesting to see Frosttails actually not really targeting the supports. If they wanted to play Lucio Juno, maybe they could have just banned the Kiri or something. Try and force... I mean, Kiri's got a bit more flexibility. Maybe Frosttails will get away with their limitation of the Lucio just because Strebber actually wants to play Lucio in a lot of these situations and comps anyway. But for now, though, the Brig ban, I don't think it will be all that impactful to the choices Frosttails want to make. And we will get Orisa into the Hazard. Rocket's coming into Crocs. Javelin as well. And Crocs has to take an early Suzu. He is full blocking. He is on life support. And he's not going to pull through, I'm afraid to say. Opening pick. All the space on the map. Another kill onto Pack. And Sakura are flooding onto this first point. They'll have all the space. And Frosttails will have to do an ultless retake. We're seeing Pack swap onto the Tracer here. Now, Tracer swap quite reasonable into this. I think the Lucio Juno backline. Wow, a lot of speed, a lot of mobility, powerful ults and all that. They can be a little bit squishy. Lucio not great at peeling the Juno, so all of a sudden, Pack's ability to threaten this front line on Tracer a little bit higher than Genji. Kiyo's going to get himself back onto the high ground, hits a dink onto Zoro, but doesn't confirm the kill. Farah and Orisa responds to that. Hitori takes Kiwi. Kiyo's still on the run, but low. That's not how you get over that wall. Cut doesn't make the jump. Hitori will pick that one up. Prox is just going to stall out point for as long as possible. But can't so far. They're not going to get a recontest. It'll just be cleanup kills. Little boop off the point. Body block 2. Nowhere to go. Go. And a pretty swift first point for Sakura. Winning both fights. 4 minutes 40 on the clock. No ults to speak of just yet for Frosttails. Kiriko ult will be first. But Sakura will have a Terror Surge, but Barrage will have a Rape, have all sorts of combos. And Hitori just happy to bully this Hazard around. Terror Surge actually pulling him for the kill. Gets away, but Gogo doesn't get away. Crocs trades for kill, so actually a net positive trade for Frosttails. Positive trade, big picture as well when you when you factor in the ult investment. Crocs is going to jump forward onto Zori. You see Pack is playing a very flank-heavy style. Gets that isolated Juno. Seals that kill. And this is what Pack wants to spend his time doing. Getting behind, threatening this backline, forcing that Juno into awkward situations, and maybe setting up a few more kills for Crocs. And Pack and Crocs are getting it done as they push into spawn. A couple more. Full reset. Sakura going to have to play. Retake. Getting up to a big ult fight here. It's a spawn hold from Frost Sails. Frost Sails might not even invest too many ults here. A little boot back onto him. Barrage out from Crocs as well. But Keo's got the overclock for covering fire is good. Laying down that damage. Prota is low as well. Pack will clean that one up. They do eventually kill Crocs. Decent overclock value from Keo. And there was an overclock invested from Zoro too. So 1 for 2 trade for Frost Sails. So the economy is looking good. Needs to be careful not to lose anyone on this rotation out, but Zoro doesn't quite have the rail yet, so we'll be alright. Now we'll get up to the double support ult trade. It'll be Kiriko, Kitsune Rush, and Beat versus Ray and Beat. Ray and Beat should be stronger on paper, but you have to factor in Crocs can interrupt this with the downpour. Pack is threatening the Sojin right now. Recall has been forced. Chased down from China. Kitsune Rush on point. Beat comes out from Shredder first. And Beret. All the support ults thrown in. Downpour from Crocs out too. Does find Zoro. They convert that kill thanks to Keo. They have control of the high ground. They force the Recall onto the Tracer. And Sakura are forced to take a bit of a back step. They're trying to dig out. The Tracer is still behind. Frosttails are aware though. They've got eyes in that direction. Pack actually is going to go all the way to chase this Tracer. China is there. Pack sees him. Neutralizing the threat right now, Pack. Don't know if this is actually worth a Pack here. I think Pack would be better placed actually setting up front, but maybe Crocs doesn't need any help. He's just going to kill Prota as they try and walk in. This Tracer battle continues in the back. Recalls have been traded. Pack is just playing containment, and despite the Tracer not being in a position, they're getting everything done at the choke. Hitori trades 1 for 1. This Tracer battle will eventually go the way of Pack, so not only does he mark it, he will eventually win it. They've won the fight in the front line as well, the other 4v4. Tracer diff has been secured and Hitori will be going on to the hazard mirror. 2 minutes left on the clock. Keo has the overclock as Sakura try and walk in and take space. Look how far back the card is. Sakura just needs to do a little bit of diligence here, try and get this card moving, but Crocs doesn't want to give him a single centimeter. Taking a lot of damage, so Keo's going to invest the overclock, but quite far back. Couple of dinks, but no final blows. And Sakura look like they've secured for retake, but Frosttails, they're on the front foot still. They have a pulse bomb. They want to try and find opportunity for Pack. Crocs goes in onto the Lucio. Him and Pack combined for 1. Now onto the Kiri. Crocs and Pack just doing it again. No backline available. We can even save this pulse bomb. Looking for the Kiriko. No escape. Ooh, no escape, right? Right? There we go. No escape. Confirmed there's a few chances for an escape, but eventually Warden Pack ensures there is no escape, and Crocs is going to continue its aggression into spawn onto this Kiriko Lucio. Suzu has been forced. Drebber caught on the wall. Pulse bomb to try and turn a trade from China. Nuff doesn't find anything. Crocs actually takes someone out with that slash as well. No backline again for Sakura. Regroup in spawn. Sakura are getting spawn camped with a minute left on the clock. Coming out, double support ult soon, but not quite for Sakura. Downpour to punish this, and Hitori is locked up. And they cannot get out of spawn. Car is rolling even further back as we speak. Sakura are running out of time. Look at Pack. He is taking the pierce. Him and Crocs are standing at the doors. Not going to let anyone out. China has swapped onto the Genji for this next fight. All 4 support ults either up already or very close. Zoro's going to use the overclock to start the fight, try and create some space. Pulse bombs a miss from Pack. Now Zoro can swing a little bit more. Kitsune rushes out. Wall comes through too, but Zoro ends up the right side of that one, just about. Support ult advantage now for Sakura, but they've lost their Kiriko, so now they've only got 1 support ult in play. Strebber is low, getting fought by this. Gogo drops the beat. Strebber drops it, but Hitori doesn't give a beat. Oh, huge difference in the quality of the beats there. 10 seconds left on the clock. China finds a trade. The cart is so far back. Trace might be enough for Sakura to secure this. Kitsune rush on point for Prota. They've got players behind. China is trying to fight back, but it's all so low. Pack and Kiwi will live behind. Now they can come help out, and they're still stalling out the point. Gogo is there. Crocs is there. And even though they're so close to spawn, I don't know if it's enough. Hitori dives in. Still outnumbered. Kiwi is awfully low. Desperate for that kill onto the Kiriko, but they can't find it. Downpour from Hitori. Locks down Crocs. Trying to block both sides of damage. Hitori kills Pack. Zoro falls too. 4v4, Suzu used onto Hitori, low on cooldowns, low on everything, low on HP. Hitori desperately trying to touch. It's a C9 in the end. Hitori was forced off point. Zoro died earlier and there was no one else available for the touch. Oh, and this was not a good push. Gotta love that rank style Tracer tool. they just wouldn't give it up, would they? Not convinced it's truly the optimal play from Pack there, given the nature of how the 2 comps function. In general, you would expect for Kiriko to be better at dealing with a Tracer more often than a Juno is. So you want, if you're the team fighting into the Juno, you want your Tracer in position to punish that support line more often. But he won it, didn't he? If you win the duel, can you really complain that much? If you win, it's optimal. Exactly. Why worry about theories and, you know, complex equations of the best way to play? What if you just win all your duels? If you win all your duels, you'll probably do okay. And now we'll move over. Sakura's chance to defend, and they're just going to hit the hazard. They'll take the mirror. They have a bit to work with defensively, but really not a lot at all. Bit of a forward hold here for Sakura. Bit of a forward hold here for Sakura. Sorting it out, Hitori's going to take top left. Crocs is going to touch point, getting that moving a little bit, try and leverage a little bit of space. Kyo's got a full rail, so they'll commit to the fight now. Frosttails, there we go, little dink in a wall, a 1-2 bop. Zoro will fall, all the space and freedom now for Kyo to swing onto this. Sakura are still holding the corner, but they are at player disadvantage, so we've got to be careful. They are not careful at all, they just stand there. 5 is bigger than 4. And 5 is certainly bigger than 3. Full reset now for Sakura, who look a little bit lost. It certainly is, Coleman. I need a good lawyer. Surely I can sue somebody. No ults to speak of with how quickly that fight went. So it'll be a full neutral retake for Sakura. They're trying to get their Lucio Sojin through this angle. Through the disruptor shot goes Streba, takes some damage. Zoro's going to walk through too, but he's half HP as he comes through. To Crocs and Pack. They just kill the supports on either side. And this is all too easy for Frosttails right now. It's not even a fight. It's a pushover. It's going to be 5 minutes and 10 seconds. And they have got to push for cart. Barely through second at all. Prox is going to hold close. Kitsune rush advantage is significant for Kiwi. They can really snowball these ultimates just with a map victory at this point. Tie up the series. It's Frosttails to lose. Hitori and Streba going for a split push with a Kitsune rush down main. Delete Zoro, deletes China, no DPS. Gonna have to be a reset, I think. Hitori finds a trade. Is Hitori managed to die on point as well? Actually done a good job to die on point, but look how close the car is. I don't know if it matters. Hitori just has to clutch everything. Found 2 kills, doing as much as she can. But just outnumbered. Streba can get the touch. Tracer going to be back for Zoro. Downpour out to try and force for C9, but Zoro avoids it. He has got the touch. He's extending it. They just need to focus kills on point now. Frosttail should be easy. Hitori is coming back with a downpour, and China's found a trade. Streba gets traded for it. Croc's still trying to clean up on point. Both DPS there. China falls. Zoro still sorting it out. Is getting bladed now as well. Nowhere to go. Hitori downpour, but only just back from spawn. And Frosttails with an outrageously comfortable Route 66. Holy shit, I want a pred. Come on, Halidas, you've got the coin flip. You got the VIP from the coin flip. What's happening to your gambling success? Once a champion, but have you fallen off? Hitori moving mountains. I mean, I tried to clutch. I mean, a lot of it was just poor decisions. Like, okay, Zoro gets one bopped, right? He takes a headshot and then he gets hit from a wall across the map. Sucks, but it happened. But then, make the decision. Are we just trading on point, trying to make it messy, or are we just disengaging? They back up to the previous corner. They're 4v5, and they just get overwhelmed with the player advantage, rather. Soup Cup started and you've lost 700k since. First win still at 500k though. Oh, truly a whale, Hadidas. Your bank balance knows no bounds. I finished the documentary earlier while we had the break while I watched dinner, the How to Rob a Bank documentary on Netflix. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Really interesting story, good little documentary. A proper cops and robbers tales. Tales? Cops and robber tale. So if you're looking for something to watch, give it a go. Give it a whirl. Good little documentary. It's about one of the most successful bank robbers in American history. Have I tested the theory? Not yet. Can I get a 1 in chat if anyone wants to help me rob a bank? Alright. Alright, Coleman's bowing out. Alright. Means you don't get any of the haul, though. Looks like we've got quite the crack team together. Painkiller going to get involved. They can't stop all of us. Exactly. What are they going to do? Throw us all in jail? I think not. I'm in as long as I can gamble it. Combine all the vices. What's your theory for when we need to break into the vault? Ah, I actually learnt this from the show. So the trick is, you go in, you have a gun. Presumably one of you guys can secure a gun. That's gonna, I'll delegate that. Somebody secure us some firearms. Step 1. Step 2, we go in, we say, this is real, this is a robbery. Then we ask, who is the vault teller? And then we tell the vault teller they have to open the vault, and protocol means they will open the vault to avoid any further violence. If you've ever worked in a store or something that sort of trades publicly, you will actually know if you're told if you're ever robbed, just comply. So they exploit this. And then they get into the vault, they take all the money, shoot off. There's a few things we have to worry about traceable money and all of this, blah, blah, blah. We have to throw out some of the trackers. But honestly, if there's one thing I learned from that documentary, it doesn't look too hard to rob an old bank. They really cranked it on us for this outbreak, didn't they? Just ask nicely? Yeah, manners. Did you watch an outdated documentary? The documentary, obviously, wherever crimes happened, I think it was in the 70s or the 80s. So it's possible they might have upped security measures since then. Good luck finding a bank on the high street in 2025. Fuck, he's right. I bet they keep significantly less money in the banks now as well, right? Because so much is just handled digital transactions. Like when they robbed some of these banks and they got into the vault, they would get like $250,000 haul, and like $250,000 haul in the 80s. Factor in inflation. That's a lot of money. Oh, I need to update the title. Where are we? Frost Tales versus Sakura Esports. I'm going to change the order of this title as well. Hold on. Hold. We need a third world country. Yeah, we just need to go somewhere with less security. Let's go traveling. Huge hole in this plot. The banks don't have any money right now. You just checked. Am I reading YouTube? Occasionally, DD. Occasionally. Gift and subs to X is the best form of money laundering. We steal all the money from the bank, right? Step 1. And then we use it all to sub to me on Twitch. Yeah, you're probably not wrong, San. They'll be like, Speaking of, Coleman have a gift sub. No gift sub for Coleman. A man who once swapped shirts with Sideshow. A man who once beat Sideshow in the depths of night in Lithuania. A man who seems to have had quite a few interactions with Sideshow over the course of his TF2 career. The self-proclaimed LAN MVP. If you're a good enough criminal, you can rat out all of your accomplices, then start a YouTube channel age 70 where you talk about mob life. I've seen some of those videos. They're actually really good content, to be fair. I enjoy them. But do we want to reward snitches for our own entertainment? Is Sideshow still trying to kill Bart? No, it's German. It stands for V-Bart B. You just got it a little bit muddled. Do you know anything about team skins? No, nothing official, nothing hard, no kind of dates or anything like that. Cheers, guys. No, but I'm hoping something at China, but I don't actually have any inside info. Similar to you robbed a bank, I once held Sideshow at gunpoint and swapped shirts with him too. He was very confused. Imagine getting held at gunpoint just to swap shirts. Fuck's sake. Alright, where are we? We are going to King's Row, which is where I live. I didn't clock for bands as we were going around the thing. CR skins will be amazing. Doxed. You live in a big clock tower, right? Yep, that's how I always know what time it is, and that's why I'm never late for the stream. I just wait for the bells to ring. So, yep, so let's see. Sakura picked the map. They banned Kiriko. Oh, thank you, Mr. Mango Juice.
Accidentally pressed sub again. What can you do?
Ah, nothing you can do, mate. Sometimes you just fat finger stuff. You press the wrong button when you want to press the right button. The only advice is to press the right button instead of the wrong button. It just happens sometimes. Anyone looking for a scrim in the chat? Sorry, I got distracted from the bands immediately. That's on me. Supposed to give a gift a sub to Coleman. Guys, Coleman is still stuck behind the advertising wall. One of the most loyal mods. My best man. We're on King's Row. Kiriko ban. Farah ban. Hitori's going to go back over to the Orisa. Get rid of this volume bar. Crocs is holding on to the statue right now as China will take this Tracer Drill. He's not just going to take it. He's going to run away with it. Pack in the bin. Big opening pick for Sakura.
Fuck you, Chris.
Thank you, Red Eyes. To Coleman as well. Thank you very much, Red Eyes. Greatly appreciated. We'll pass on the thanks from Coleman, I'm sure, as well. Sakura have got all the space off the back of that Tracer gap. Crocs is going to dive onto point, but he's juggled backwards by Hitori. Nearly 2 ticks out of that first one. Dive comes in. Kyo's going to be forced a little bit back. Bit of a swing. They're still forced an objective. That's the second tick gone already. No choice. And look at Hitori just keeping Crocs at bay. Every cooldown to stop Crocs getting onto a more meaningful target. And then they just focus down that hazard. You can see the idea behind how Sakura wants to play this. They just want to stop Nat Hazard getting past them, onto their backline, onto their meaningful target. And Crocs realise what is happening. And we'll actually swap over onto the Junker Queen, which is a pick we've seen Crocs go for multiple times. He's actually come back and he's found a trade. The cap's gone through, so it won't make all that much difference. 5 minutes now for second point. Crocs onto the Junker Queen, which doesn't really feel like a great matchup into the Orisa. I mean, Crocs has played some Orisa in the past. It's still going to make... still going to have a lot of problems, again, like when the slash... Similar as we saw Hitori trying to play to interrupt Crocs' cooldown rotation in terms of leap value. It's very much see the same now with Hitori trying to do the same thing to interrupt this slash value. Fortify is used versus Nat. Zoro's got the overclock, walking forward. Little slide back. Ray has come out from Kiwi, but they're just going to disengage to Sakura. Nicely played overclock for Ray. Positive trade for Sakura. Just needs to avoid any late trades. Denies Crocs swinging for the low HP Zoro. They all live, and now we have support advantage to push back in with Otakin starting this next fight with Ray. Pack drops for Pulse, doesn't find anything. Ray comes through, now Hitori kills Gogo immediately, no chance to get that beat. Strepper's actually going to invest for beat as well. They were 5v4 with the Ray going, scared of the overclock, but it doesn't actually help them stop the overclock at all. Kyo was so far back, kills the backline immediately afterwards. Hitori's going to commit for the kill, no healing. Kyo's got full pocket, and oh my god, Kyo won't stop. Kyo doesn't need any help. Taking them all down. And now Kyo, they're still gaining a few meters here, Sakura, but they're going to be forced back here by the double-pocketed Kyo. And they have Gogo coming back with B as well, so once Frosttails are back to full strength. They should be able to take this fight, no problem at all. If Hitori wants to find the Terror Surge, as long as Gogo doesn't get caught in the Terror Surge himself, he can get that beat off. And once they trade those two ultimates, Crocs might just have a wide open rampage. Obviously, no Kiriko. Sakura banned for Kiriko. We'll talk about him more afterwards. Beat push comes in, Hitori drops a Terror Surge. Gogo is in it, but will survive. Crocs now has a free rampage if he can find it, but he's going to get traded. Kyo found a kill, tank advantage though. Lucy's going to come fight an Orisa. You can't fight an Orisa in that room, Gogo. Come on. Thank you, Raspberry Racer fan, for the tier 1 for 2 months as well. Thank you very much. What I was going to say is Sakura banned for Kiriko to try and force Kiwi onto a less comfortable hero, I believe. But actually, what this does is this opens up Crocs to go Junker Queen, because there's no Suzu available for the Rampage. So now anytime Streba doesn't have beat, the ability to deal with this Rampage is super hard. Now Crocs is coming back with said Rampage. Thank you, Pipe. I can't Pipe Garfield Connoisseur. Rampage comes through, hits 3 of them. Doesn't seem to matter though. No kill, 1 kill for Crocs. For Rampage hit all 3, but Sakura. Doesn't matter that they're antied. Doesn't seem to matter at all. Hello. Thank you, Hadouken King, for the bits as well. Just gifting to the TF2 goat, were you, Red Eyes? No surprise to see Coleman pinned that one. Flattery will get you everywhere. How on earth did that Rampage not find more value? Thank you, Bull Skunk, as well. It's flooding in. Thank you, everyone. Overclock, Pulse Bomb, both out from Sakura as they continue to try and swing the corner. Lots of pressure onto this Orisa. Oh, awfully low, trying to get into the Ray. Crocs can't get into the Ray. They try and walk forward regardless. Kyo has the Overclock going. 1 kill apiece as Zoro drops down. No more rails. Kyo's found a second. Deadly with these Overclocks on King's Row. Swinging for more, trying to deal with this Judo. No escape for Prota, surely. Zoro's still there. Zoro actually gets the kill on the way out. Thank you, Jazzy69742. Turn it to a bit of a scrap here, but Frosttails have enough kills to stabilize. Don't want to lose anyone late here, but Kyo, this guy loves to peek. Looks for another rail opportunity, doesn't connect this one. As the dust settles, Frosttails did actually invest quite a lot of ults to bail themselves out of that. Crocs has made his way onto the Ramatra as well. Double support ult for Sakura, so a big opening for them. Gogo can get the beat to match this. For now, it's a side fight, but it's a Ray-free main, and it has to be a disengage here. Kyo trying to walk forward, but here they come. Beat in response from Gogo. Strepa's going to match the beat, catches everyone later beat as well. Sakura can continue the push forward. Walking forward, looking for more. China picks up Kyo. Javelin is wide. They've only got 1 kill out of this support ult trade. They need more from this Sakura. They want to finish the map right now. Walking all the way in. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Courtman. Thank you, Jazzy. I said Jazzy already, but why not thank him twice? Sakura don't get any more kills out of that. They have to slow down to another fight. Charge up Javelin for Hitori, not using the shield perk this time. Will spin. Cooldown's invested. Hitori getting close to this Terror Surge. Pack looking for the Pulse Bomb, and oh! Spins around, hits for Javelin, but Hitori doesn't quite confirm the kill. Strepa's going to die trying to help Hitori in that situation. Hitori still has the Terror Surge, so they have to be a little bit careful as they push forward here. Frosttails. A chance for Hitori to turn the fight if she sees the opportunity. But they're quite far back, so I think Sakura just going to reset and play again. Brox will have Annihilation, built a whole lot of that in that fight. And Protoss actually going to swap onto the Ana here. Start to run out of time. Maybe they feel like they need the nade clutch. Terror Surge will be available into this Annihilation. Charged up Javelins round the corner from Hitori. Force back for now. Now spinning in, wanted to try and get Crocs off the map, but Crocs avoids it. Charged up Javelin, doesn't find it. Terror Surge pulls them all in. They're all quite low. Can he finish the kill? Hitori can find the kill. Zoro with the Overclock as well. Annihilation popped. Any kill for Crocs. It's high value right now. Traded Hitori already. The rest of Sakura take a back set. They avoid this Annihilation. Frosttails have stabilized. We're entering the final minute. Ray and Overclock available. Frosttails can just use both of these ults at the same time by this time. By the time the next fight starts. Sakura don't have a great answer. Protoss to hit a nade. Wait for their support ults maybe. Oh, maybe not even wait. Zoro's found a pick. They seem to be careful walking up because Frosttails have ult advantage. They walk up and the array is popped. They've taken a back step though. Where are Sakura's? Kyo's gone super deep but he can't find anyone. They get the kills in the end anyway. Enough ults to bail them out. Ray and Overclock invested. Frosttails. They've only got to hold for 30 seconds. They've got a beat for it, but Streba has the beat to match, and it'll be a Nano on top. Very much expect this to probably go Hitori's way, in all honesty. Or a defensive Nano, maybe, as they try and go forward with B. Also possible. Oh! Crocs, where are we going? They're trying to fight early. They've actually killed Prota. They're going to turn this last fight into a dogfight as they have no choice but to go forward. Sakura Gogo's going to die on point here. Doesn't invest the ult. Saving grace in all of this, though, as Sakura didn't use any ult either. They're going to send Streba back to Taxi now. Actually needs to clean this Lucio out. Pac has a chance to win it in a 1v2. Has recall. Fighting for backline. China has to come back and help, but there's so many people dealing with Pac behind right now. They've got less people on point, Sakura. Pac is wasting a lot of their time. Hitori has to save her. Hitori's used Fortify. Hitori needs... Oh, she needs the beat right now. Gold is used as well. Proto dies. Nano off onto Hitori. Streba's drop a beat. This is everything invested for Sakura. They're juggling for a Ramatra back. They're moving the point forward. We're into overtime. They need to touch. Prox comes through. Keo slides in. Streba takes care of that one. Lucio, final touch from Gogo. Now it's just for a Ramatra on point. Crocs nearly has Annihilation. Getting juggled away from a point. Still a bit of Juno pocket as well. Kiwi is so low. Annihilation will keep Crocs alive for a long time, but respawns are coming back. Kiwi survives and finds a kill. And Frosttails, they managed to find a clutch out of all of that. Pac did such a great job at the start of that fight, pulling all of the resources. Pulling all the resources away from that point fight, making it a very awkward one for Sakura. All of Hitori's cooldowns forced just to keep that point contested. And then we see the Nano and the Beat invested at the same time for Sakura. Really, it felt like stacked support ops, didn't it? They were both kind of to save Hitori. She needed one for sure, don't get me wrong, but she ends up getting both, and then they don't quite find the value cleanly enough. Prota gets traded just before, and it all falls apart from there. Annihilation so memey in overtime fights. I mean, you gotta save a payload. What can you do? You gotta save a payload, but if you stand on a payload, you're gonna get fried by the... What's the law here? Is it nanobots? Do the nanobots fry you? Is that what's happening when the Annihilation goes off? You get attacked by nanobots? Or have I just invented my own headcanon for all of this? Any RAM experts? It's just Aura. Ah. He suffers. Ah. They suck you off really hard. I feel like your head's in a different place right now. No idea. Aura bots? You suffer as he has? Alright, attack now for Frosttails. Clear marker in the line to win the fight. But plenty of King's Row still to play. Plenty of distance to cover. Gonna be Crocs starting on the Hazard for this attack. Onto point initially, then onto the high ground. Luxury of playing a hero like Hazard is you can go between the two, no problem at all. Hitori, though, not the same option. Will be forced to D-peek, though. They're all bullied back. Wall onto Hitori as well. Her HP is going to get chunked. Sleep from onto Crocs. Fails Hitori out of that. She can continue to hold for high ground. So instead, Frosttails, they turn their attention towards point. They'll force the objective. They want to bait Hitori to drop. But no, Croxo's right back up top. Happy to fight it. They're just going to win this trade as well. Hitori having all sorts of problems. Crocs is awfully low as well. A single bar of HP, but Keo finds the kill just in time. Saves Crocs' life. And now a significant player advantage as Keo wants to keep fighting up this corridor. Sees the Ash, hits the shot, doesn't get the kill. But all the time, the point has been ticking up, and Frosttails convert that. Hey, Hattie. It's called the Swarm. Don't trust these noobs, man. Not real ram heads. Finally, a man with real knowledge. A man with a suitably crinkled skull. China's going to get this early pick. That will slow down Frosttails a little bit, but I mean, Sakura potentially pushing through the choke. No, they're not going to go to. Yeah, I think this choke is so good for the Orisa. I think just hold the choke, even if you got the pick. Zoro's got a Bob to throw into this one as well, which is... Frosttails haven't got a lot of options until they get any support ults. But once they have any support ults, they can really bully their way through that choke. Streba's beat is significantly slower. So Sakura don't have anything great to match it with here. They might even have to use the Bob or even a defensive Nano to try and mitigate the support ult push from Frosttails. Hitori holding the choke as the Ray push comes through. Nano comes out onto Zoro, actually. Defensive Nano and the Bob is out to relieve pressure, and it relieves all the pressure. They just tank that Ray in the face. Was a 2-for-1 ult trade in the end. Ray for the Bob and the Nano. Ray is such a powerful ult, so I don't think it actually feels too bad if you're Sakura. It buys Streba time to get this beat up. But now Frosttails, they can start the fight with Overclock and even beat to keep going. Streba really needs this next 15% as we see Keo sneak through top with this Overclock. Are they going to go all the way far left? They're considering it. Sneaky, sneaky. Will anyone realise? Sure, did they see them cross window? They've not seen the Sojourn shoot in ages. Counter players, Sakura. Swing out, Overclock, hits the shot onto Proton, nails it onto Zoro as well. Clean one from Keo. China will find a pulse bomb trade. I don't think it's going to change anything. Nowhere. for Streba to go. They can't invest any ults. A nice little flank from Keo. And that means they win that fight for just the overclock. They get to save their beat for the next one. Downpour and everything as well. So a chance now for Frosttails to try and snowball this. BBB, Terra Surge available for Hitori as well. The Terra Surge in general, more consistent than Downpour. If you hit the Downpour, you got a really great chance of converting some of these kills, but a lot harder to hit consistently. Hitori walking up, taking a bit of space. Opposite, Pack is going to push, try and push through the flank, but it's getting marked by China right now. Speed ring used. Downpour comes out from Crocs. Don't know if it found anyone. So it's caught up. Beat will be forced. Streba was still caught in the Downpour, so dies. Now they turn their attention onto Hitori into the corner, but that's going to be a Terra Surge in response. 2 players down. Terra Surge doesn't find any kills. They're all low, but not a single person on Frosttails falls. And this payload's going to keep walking forward. That'll be second point confirmed for them. And Sakura find themselves in a bit of a rough situation. We're going to get the Torb swap from Zoro. Hitori onto the Hazard as well. Proto will keep the Ana. Oh, no. Female swaps. Okay, yeah. Ash Torb in the end. So all of a sudden, the ability to pound damage into this Hazard is going to be very true. Torb's got a bit more survivability as well. You factor in Sakura has the Ana. So sleep, nade. So many more ways to punish Crocs in this situation. Pack's also made the swap onto Torb as well. So all the Hazard's lives are going to get a little bit harder. Holding out for choke. Kiwi has the rate to push with now, and Frosttails are going to make their move off the back of that. Pack's going to swing out. You see them turn their attention. Oh my god, Pack! It boops you, remember? Walks into the wall, and the wall wins. Pack is going to get knocked off the map. Absolute disaster of a push. That was their Ray push as well. So a wasted ult, a wasted push. Hitori gets traded anyway, so Frosttails, no Pack, no problem. We'll be able to keep swinging this corner. Torpedoes out. They're going to try and poke this Ash out of a high ground as well. Zoro was forced to de-peek a little bit. Frosttails can remain on the front foot and just try and keep Pack away from these ledges. Overclock from Keo will get naded, so slows this one down. Nano onto Hitori as well. Wall out. Keo takes a lot from that, but it's Crocs who dies, actually. Everyone else was trying to go backwards and disengage this, but Crocs, on the other hand, only had eyes to go forward. But before all the way back to the choke, next up it will be a beat push coming through from Frosttails. A chance to be aggressive and expansive. But you have to remember, even though it's DPS ops available, the Bob, the Molten Core can really slow down a lot of this aggression. Frosttails still able to clear Hitori out of this position. China finds a nice little pick, though. This will be more time off the clock. They've still got 2.5 minutes to hold. They've had to defend. They have to defend a pretty large time bank on third here. But they're doing a good job, and just opening magic picks like this will do a lot of work bleeding that time out. Sakura also getting up to 4 ultimates of their own. Go with the beat on the high ground. Kiwi nearly has another Ray as well, so it could be a double support up push. So Sakura are really going to need to save these DPS souls, maybe even the downpour. They actually want to start the fight with Bob. Bob is out. They're going to try and disengage. Crocs will be able to get out of that. Avoids the wall. Disengage for Bob for free. Sakura tries to play aggressive. But now that's one less ult to deal with this double support ult push. So it's going to be cleared off the high ground back into main 2. Kiwi with the Ray to start the fight. Molten Core to stop anyone standing in that. Downpour 2. All locked up, actually. And Streba will go down. Disaster. Double support ult still going. Go falls afterwards. Opportunity for Sakura to stabilize off that pick. There's a nano onto China. They all try and de-peek it for a second. Frosttails. Ajax as well. Yeah, I thought so. I thought I heard the voice line. Disaster. Molten Core now from Pack to try and force the objective. The nade is big onto Crocs and Keo. Trying to clear a little bit of space. Crocs dives right side, converts that kill onto China. Crocs is so low for it though, will get traded. Big chance to stabilize for Sakura. Hitori can just anchor point. Zoro onto the high ground. Will be cleared out again. Junker Queen for Crocs. Go-to clutch hero. Keo has the overclock. He's been so good with them. So good with them, and Frosttails need him now. A chance to take the lead in the series, a chance to put themselves on match point as we head into map 4. Swinging through left-hand side now, looking for the opening. Zoro nearly has the Bob. No ults just yet. Keo swings, jumps through into the middle of everyone. Needs that full pocket as he keeps speaking. Can't find any kills, and Sakura have kited this one nicely. Now suddenly Zoro's going to have Bob. Proto's going to have Nano. Frosttails are going to try and slow it down even more. They want Beret for this next fight. Nothing from the overclock when Frosttails needed it most. Nade hits 2, but no follow-up from Sakura. Ult's in the back pocket, final 10 seconds. Frosttails have no choice but to make the move now. They'll top up Crocs. 6%, 5% for Beret. They need that push, but Protoss going to throw a nade at it. They're going to have the Bob to throw into. Sakura just waiting. There's the Bob. It's going to be a nano onto Hitori as well. Zoro dies immediately after that Bob, but the Bob still finds kills. The Bob goes down. Hitori's still trying to find a trade onto Kyo. Slide away. Trying to anchor point. Hitori chases that kill. Has found that kill, but they need to come back to point. Torp point. China with the late trade onto back. It's all up to Crocs. Playing in the Molten Core. Trying to pull Crocs into it. Gogo cleans that one up. Can Sakura stagger it out? Only 3.65 meters to work with. They're going to die. Crocs gets another kill. Strebber is back on point. 9% from B. A wall to use. A downfall comes through. Gogo hits for B. Crocs kills Strebber before B. 5% short. Pushed off point. Frosttails might just do it yet. Rampage as the finisher hits everyone on point, and somehow, some way, Frosttails have clutched it. No way Crocs has made that work for Junker Queen swap. He builds for Rampage. He gets it all done himself. Whew. I mean, Frosttails had a big bank on third, and Sakura made him work for it. I really feel like Sakura were about to have it. You know, all the trades, respawn advantage. Ooh. Kill on Lucio or so. Yeah, if Strebber gets the B, it's just impossible for Crocs, right? Then they have the B. They can either burst down Crocs or even just survive, use it to survive for Rampage. Because then Hitori came out, right, and it was a wall in front for Strebber to play around, but somehow, some way, Croc still finds it. Let me get up, because let me go replay that fight before. I'm gonna go in here. You guys can see this as well.
It's not so much you can do about that.
Which fight was it? Was it this fight? Let me full screen it for you. Let me get rid of this YouTube chat. There's only one YouTube chat I like. And it's for YouTube chat watching my stream. Where was it? Right before this one. He's like in the open. You see my pen? You can see my pen, yeah. Banning Valkyrie wasn't a good idea. I mean, just always invites Crocs to go Junker Queen. When was the pulse? Remind me again. Was it the end of the attack? The end of the sorry, the end of a Sakura attack. Best of 5 for this one. I think all games might be best of 5, but I can check afterwards. Is this for one? Gambles. Keep gambling, huh? Always keep gambling, because you never know, hey? You never know. You never know who's going to be walking around the corner. Feels like a battle for last place in OWCS. Yeah, I mean, I think to say, like, big picture here. Big picture. Obviously, EMEA is really stacked. Those top 6 teams, hard to beat. But, yeah, Ball Skunk's exactly right. It's, get into OWCS, get into playing those teams, entering and maybe a chance to be in that scrim bubble a little bit more. Big achievement. Big achievement for a lot of these players with, a lot of these players in Tier 2. Are the finals best of 7? No. I'll double... Oh, yeah, I was going to double check tonight. But I think it's all best of 5, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, all matches, or first of 3, best of 5. Because there's no grand finals as such. There's just... You qualify... We just get our 2 qualified teams. Betting the mortgage on Frosttails. I mean, remember, this is... We're talking about qualification just then, but this right here. Both these teams have lost once already, so they are out of lives. Loser goes to FACEIT Masters, relegated. Runasapi, Ram ban from Sakura. Does this mean they still want to play Orisa? They want to force the Orisa, and they don't feel as comfortable into the Ram? Or do they want to play Sigma or something? We saw Hitori play a bit of Sigma earlier. That wasn't Circuit Royale, though. Match point for Frosttails. Going to go Junker Queen. No, it is the Orisa from Sakura, at least. That's what they've initially locked in. All right. Croc's going to play the Junker Queen. The only thing... Crocs is a very particular type of player. A very momentum, a very vibe-based player. He hits for clutch on Junker Queen, then he commits to Junker Queen for this next map. Kiriko rolled out a spawn from Prota as well, so we'll have the Suzu for this Rampage. We'll have the Orisa matched up nicely into the Queen. Early Javelin will hit Crocs into that wall, slow him down a little bit. Rest of Sakura now going to swing out towards main. Hitori kills Gogo. Seems improbable this early on in the fight, but it certainly seems to have happened. Now swinging back round, Kyo responds with this flank. Pushes through, gets two! Kyo making up for that overclock miss at the end of a previous map. Two immediate picks, and it's still a scrap though. Trades back and forth. It's just Hitori and Prota trying to live, but Kyo threads the needle past that big old horse. Gets the kill, and now Hitori has no choice but to start a point. Significant ult advantage as well. Wait, how did... Sorry, I was reading chat. How have both tanks traded? How has Crocs been traded? Like, Hitori dies late, fair enough. You know, die on point, what can he do? How does Crocs get traded there? Thank you, Dinosaur Cloa. Cola. No, all today, Dinosaur Cola. All of EMEA, all of North America. By the end of today, we will know who is in OWCS Stage 2. Mutual agreement. Okay, still a Terra Surge. Looks like it's going to be our first ult on the board from Hitori. Maybe Q can get that overclock. China just playing these long sight lines, sending rockets down. Happy to fish for damage here with Sakura's DPS comp. The onus is really on packing Gogo to make more of these moves down the side to clear out these DPS. Rain nearly available for Kiwi, but Hitori has that early Terror Surge, throws it straight in, converts the kill onto Gogo, and Hitori's going to get everything with that Terror Surge. I just don't think they were ready for it, honestly. They take the fight, they don't expect Hitori to be able to drop that so quickly. And Sakura on the front foot. Gonna match the distance, if not surpass it easily here, and even threaten checkpoint in this next fight. They've got the Kitsune Rush, and they've nearly got their DPS ults. But they're gonna be pushing into a Ray Overclock. And really, Ray and Overclock is such a more powerful combo than a Kitsune Rush Overclock. But they take the Kitsune Rush early, chance for Kiwi to respond with Ray. Kyo has the Overclock if they need it too, but gets a pick, pops the Overclock anyway. They actually got deleted by that Ray. Really, I feel like Sakura, they just try to take that fight head up. We'll drop the Kitsune Rush, you drop the Ray. But the Ray beats the Kitsune Rush in that situation. So much healing, so much damage boost, faster cooldowns. Who cares? Doesn't make a difference. So they concede the lead for Frosttails, but they get the robot control straight back. Move this back over to Sakura's point of the map. They have to worry about Barrage, but other than that, they have a B-Blade combo to throw in of their own. Again, Strebber's beat is a little bit slower than Gogo's, and this might really cost him. No response to that Blade, no response to a potential Rampage. Shout committed from Crocs. Hitori down to half HP. Gold has been used. Now catches two. Prota will be able to TP away. China tries to trade it with Barrage, but Pack is there for the punish. They're all over in this backline. Disaster for Sakura. Barrage doesn't find the trade value they need. Not a single kill from Frosttails. Checkpoint and more for them. And they're going to have Beat Blade for this next fight. Zoro has the Overclock. Can try and use that one early. They also nearly have Strebber's Beat for the Blade. Important tool to answer it with. They're just taking the 3 meters here. Don't have to rush anything. It's going to be a flank behind. They've committed the map. They're all over Gogo. Overclock swing as well. Gogo will get taken down. No chance to Blade. Strebber has the beat for Pack's Blade, but not in time to save Zoro. Still a relatively even fight, but that beat health could be the difference maker. Crocs gets forced all the way back. Sakura, though, trying to steal the robot. Crocs is going to rotate round. Bumps into Hitori inside. Hitori's going to just poke her head in for a second, get a kill on Pac and get out. Terra Surge as well. I feel like we had won the fight. Still trying to deal with both of these. Spin comes out. Farah damage coming through. Should be able to clean this one up. Yeah, it felt like a bit of a meal at the end of a Terra Surge thrown in 2. Sakura now a little bit short of ults for this next fight. Gonna have the Kitsune Rush soon. But with Gogo having this beat, a chance for Frosttails to play quite explosive. If the fight goes on long enough, they'll get the Ray as well. Threatening a checkpoint of their own, Sakura. Kitsune Rush if Frosttails want to drop, but they might just try and beat and go past it. Hitori's getting boot back now. Beat around the corner from Gogo. Proto responds with the Kitsune Rush. Gogo looking for another target. Eyes on the Farah. China is low, but hard to hit in the air. Pocket coming through as well. Gogo's hit nothing, unfortunately, and China's killed Kyo. Kitsune Rush is still going on point as the fight swings Sakura's way. China, big damage onto Crocs. Finishes it off too. Kiwi's able to find a trade, but trade is all they will get here, Frosttails and Sakura. They need to pick up Zoro from spawn, sure, but they're in a position where they can threaten reclaiming the lead themselves. No real ults to speak of yet, so if they got the Barrage, Terra Surge, if they get the Terra Surge as maybe a combo, but Frosttails, they can walk forward with Overclock, Rampage or Ray if they get in trouble. Sakura might have to play it. They either play it slow or all in on its barrage timing. Big Javelin out. Hitori's taking so much damage. They might not even need Varay. A Javelin gamble. They did use Varay, to be fair. So they get Varay out. They lose the fight. They don't gain lead, but they will get another fight before they concede any more meters. Walking back into the Overclock and the Rampage. Now they do have the Terra Surge barrage combo. Think they have to look for this. Needs to save for Suzu for the Rampage. Oh, Kyo with the opening pick. And now they're going to clean up everyone else nice and easily, winning that neutral regardless of that pick, it felt like. And Sakura have to go for a quick reset. They're trying to get a couple of their players out coast here. Proto's going to die late. Wait, looks like actually Astreba and China committing to the flank. Are they staying behind? Yeah, Crocs is expecting them to disengage, but they're not there. Frosttails are aware of this flank. China has Barrage. Streben nearly has beat. What's the plays? Kyo's just going to go forward, drops the Overclock. China tries to get into the back. Barrage comes through. Gogo goes down. Only one for one trade. Kyo hits the shot, only onto the Arisivo. Hitori still has Terra Surge to turn the aggression. They're coming through. Javelin onto Crocs. Terra Surge in. Pulls Crocs in after that one. Gets behind the wall. Crocs is still low, but Hitori was antied. So they confirm that kill. Beat push. Zoro slides into the Junker Queen. Crocs trying to play his life. Blade from Pac to clean up all those kills. Kills everyone coming for Crocs. Kitsune Rush as well. But Pac has got his teammates back. Saves Crocs' life, and all of a sudden Frosttails are pushing for a full push and eliminating Sakura, sending them down to FACEIT Masters. Desperation Queen swap, Overclock from Zoro, nails the first shot. Slide out from Kyo, chases them back. Kyo's found 2 in response. Kyo doesn't even have the clock, doesn't even need the clock. Pull back in. And Kyo's just done it all. Doesn't matter, Overclock, no problem. GG's, and Sakura are into FACEIT Masters. The first ever relegated team. Disappointing. I thought it was a lower bracket. This is the lower bracket, unfortunately, set. Yeah, so I'll show you what we're working with. Sorry, somebody asked, I'm a little bit late to it. I don't know how to say it. Camembert? Camembert. That's probably not correct. Yeah, we're in the lower bracket already. These last 2 games are going to run individually, not parallel or anything like that. I think we're going to do... we're going to have to do the upper one first, aren't we? So Team Vision versus Quick Esports next. Winner gets into OWCS or gets to keep their spot in OWCS, depending on who it is. Quick Esports with a chance to be the first promoted team. Vision Esports, of course, fighting to keep their spot in OWCS. Yeah, that's a rough one for Sakura. But I mean, if you look at Sakura's path through this, they lost to both of the FACEIT Masters teams. So, yeah, I think I agree with Dinosaur Cola. It is deserved. Can't really argue. Can't really argue with it, can you? Underwhelming performance, disappointing in a lot of the ults. A few big moments that go against them. But ultimately just fell. No matter what version of a comp we were on, it was Junker Queen, Orisa, Ram, everything like this, it just felt like Frosttails had gaps across the board. Keo did a lot for him too. Do Frosttails stand a chance against either team? Yeah, if I had to give predictions, what I think happens is Vision Esports win this game. And then Frosttails versus Quick is actually a bit of a... it's an absolute brawl for that final spot between our two FACEIT Masters teams. If I go back to FACEIT EMEA Masters, and we look, because they ran into each other twice in the playoff bracket for Masters. Frosttails won the first one 3-1, and then in the grand final, Quick Esports won. I don't know if you can see it, but they won 4-1. So both teams have taken series of each other. Frosttails won the upper bracket final. Quick Esports won the grand final with FACEIT Masters. So these teams are neck and neck. But I still expect Vision should be a step ahead. But anyway, let me grab a drink. I'm sure we'll have a little bit of a break before we get over to our next one. Player of the match goes to Keo. I think deserved. Big overclocks, important picks in so many fights. Even the one to finish it at the end. They didn't need that clutch, honestly, but he gets it anyway. Thanks, Sunku. So yeah, sad for Sakura. We lose our first team from OWCS, but out with the old and in with the new, right? What this means, because Sakura are out, Vision Esports can still maintain their spot in Stage 2. But no matter what happens, we're getting at least one new team in OWCS Stage 2 in the EMEA. So, all to play for. I'll do a quick advert break, and we can jump into the next one as well. Predictions are open for that as well, so get them in. Get them in.
Sorry I'm late. Let's do this.
Widow's up top. I'm on point, dude.
Genji, you want Nino?
Okay, guys, lock in. It's overtime.
Let's stagger, let's stagger.
On me, on me, on me. Yeah, I'm dead.
Down.
My ult's ready.
Xander.
Dead.
Pushing, I'm pushing.
No, pull back.
Hold the car, we're down.
That was so bad.
Yeah, we suck. Yep.
Let's try something new.
Diving back line.
No, I'm dead.
Widow's down.
Matrix, battle.
Oh, no.
I got pulse bomb.
Back on cart. Come on, back on cart.
Oh, going in.
Stop the cart. Stop the cart.
Oh my god! Ah! Go to world! Did you say that?
Making their OWCS World Finals debut, please welcome to the stage, Team Phoenix!
Are you ready?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Hello. Cover board. Oh, thanks, Lemon, for the highlight. You are right.